this space together with you. I need it so much today, and I'm glad I can come here. And one thing I want to tell you that just happened that was crazy is that there's a car over there in the parking garage that I'm in, and there was no one around, nothing changed. All of a sudden, the alarm just starts going off and going off and going off and going off. It was, yeah. And nothing touched it. It was not, it was very weird. Somebody else noticed it too, so I know I'm not crazy. Fantastic. I hope you all are doing amazing. I really love the time we spend here together. And we're going to open the space as soon as the energy is clear. And then we're going to do all kinds of fun stuff. That's what I was reaching for. Sometimes I do stuff without thinking, and that's when you know it's right. Yeah, we cleansing this energy. Got a little spray, sage, alcohol, good to go. So we're going to start this like we usually do, where we welcome and bring in high vibrational entities that are for our highest good. So always, Archangel Michael, thank you for your guidance and protection on our path. Thank you, Archangel Gabriel, for being here for your wisdom and strength as we walk our path. Thank you, Archangel Raphael, for miraculous healings, body, heart, mind, and soul. For all those who know you, all those who visit this chat, thank you, thank you. Usually, I ask in as well, Archangel Uriel, but for today, I'm being told that that role is going to be filled by Jesus, giving us a bunch of energy and high vibration and reminder that we are all his children. You like my hair color? You hardly see my hair. It's very, very hot here. Thank you for your comment. I'm glad you could join me. Yes, and so here we are today in this space. I'm really focused on alignment for us. We maintain our high vibrational energy, especially when things around us are kind of not acting familiar. It felt like 2 days ago I woke up and everything was different, and then I was like, I didn't get it, and now I know. Now I know. That's why we are here right now. Amplify these positive energies to a more gathered. There is Jesus with us. Like, we are more powerful than we know about shaping the lives and people around us. Hi, Amy. How are you? Thank you for joining me in the chat. I hope I did not forget my glasses because the text chat is tiny and my eyes have seen a lot. We'll just say that. We'll just say that. So, we brought everybody in. I want to say I understand something now, right? I have finally understood why a pixie cut. I have a picture of me having a pixie cut when I was very young, like, 1920. Hey, how are you doing? So, I realized the reason why fortune telling is always frowned upon in organized religions is because you are trying to see what is coming for you when all it should be is faith, trust, understanding, and acceptance. And also, I've gotten to a certain point where it's like, I can feel the energy. I don't necessarily need tarot cards, especially for myself, although the last couple of days I have been using them because I'm just like, what's going on? But I was getting the same message from my internal guidance, like higher self, Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it. So that's it. It's like, I feel like I don't know what to do with that yet, but I know I will. Something will be figured out. It's not wrong, but it's more like focusing on the future, especially wars and outcomes, is not beneficial for in the moment, manifestation, gratitude for the earth and our life, and all of that kind of stuff. So, let me just see. I've been seeing a lot of same cards today, too. And of course, if this is like not for you, that's totally fine. And you can jump back in later at the live. I probably have about almost a whole hour. So that's really good. That's really, 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 really good. Just like everything else is. See? What makes me believe in fortune telling, like with respect to what's convincing. So sometimes it's not just like what I see in the cards, it's the impossible statistics that I've seen come out of cards. Like having different decks of cards and getting multiple of the same cards out of the different decks. Like statistically, that's just, it's not really there. Also, I know it's not just tarot cards that tell me the future. I have dreams about the future, so I have like prophetic gift, but nobody really wants to hear it straight that way, right? Everybody feels better with it also being given to them with some kind of external confirmation, which, you know, I guess kind of speaks to our trust and faith and belief. Yeah. How are you doing, sir? I've learned a lot about religions, but I feel like I can't fully make any kind of judgment if I don't read all the text. And very often, just like we see in the Bible, the text is very different than the way people choose to employ it in their lives. And I'm glad you're well. Inshallah, right? Yeah, you don't know anything about the cards in your society. It's astrology, science, planets. How do I do with the cards? Okay. So there's always been things to do with cards, which is like cartomancy. So something that also goes along with tarot cards is when you pick up a book that brings you comfort from your religious background and you open it and you just read and you feel like it speaks to you or gives you guidance, that's kind of the same thing, right? It's like, who is the one speaking to you? Who's the one giving you this guidance? Even this guidance, same thing. So with the tarot cards, really, it's kind of, it takes some time to learn, but then also more fully understand how the cards show up and your understanding of them. Yeah, you're well. Where am I from? I'm living just outside of New York City, and so we're really excited about FIFA. Tomorrow's the first game. It's gonna be crazy. But where I grew up was in Oregon, which is very different than New York, even though it's still in the US. And so that's kind of like where I get this weird accent that's a mix of East and West Coast stuff. Yes, I do know Bangladesh. And at one of the companies I'm advising right now, they have a lot of people of Asian descent like that. Bangladesh. Bangladesh. I visited India too, but I know that like those are two totally different countries and there's a lot of historical issues due to colonialization, just like in Africa. On the continent of Africa, not the country, in case you're a white person from the US watching this and you don't know. Okay, I just want us to relax into this energy a little bit. In my mind, I like to imagine that it's Archangel Michael or your protector, guardian behind you, You can feel like them protecting you, cloak or hand on your shoulders kind of thing, grounding you. Yeah, that feels really good to me right now. Okay, so my question in that moment was just what's needed? And what's needed is, I don't think the person who receives this message is actually here with us right now, but since this is 5D energy, meaning regardless of space, time, or location, we are free to share ideas and energy. They're here now, just not in our now. Believe that our present is responsible for the future 100%. That's why if you're worrying about the future, you're not actually making your future. You make your future in the now, the choices you do and the thoughts you believe. Meaning which tested for true, and the idea that tarot card reading is just a in-moment energy reading. So if anything ever comes out that you're like, I don't want that outcome, or you're not sure where to go from there, know that the next question should be, where do I go from here, right? Whether you're asking cards, whether you're asking here, up there, right? And also, the idea that you get a little forewarning, like if your intuition isn't very loud, or like mine where I was just like, things are just feeling off, like, what do I do? So I am a I'm so I work at advising other businesses like MSPs and small businesses in the New York City area about growing their business, resources that are accessible, training and information about relationships, sales through relationships, and things like that. Yeah, that's what I do. And I had my own MSP for, I mean, I still have it, so it's about 15 years now. And instead of doing like IT help and IT consulting, it's more just advisory services based on our experience and monetizing our long-term network in the area. And I've been getting this one over and over, which is the Tower today. And I know that that's definitely for me. I'm not sure it's for anybody else who's in here, but before I read the cards and pull them again, I'm going to make sure that it's not any messages for me. I've got my messages. Skeptical about the fortune telling. Yep. Present will change with the future. More like future changes with the present. And the fortune telling can be wrong. True. Yeah. So, in looking back on my life, my spiritual journey started very early. Very early. To the point where everything in my imagination looks very large because I'm so small. Like at a young age. Yes, that is true of everyone, right? To understand that the government is not the people. Yep. It's okay if you don't believe in stuff. You can just like enjoy this energy here. Like that's something that's scientifically proven, right? That there is energy not created or destroyed. And with my degree in chemistry, I can tell you that most of everything is made of nothing. Just space between the nucleus and the electrons. To a scale you can't even fathom. Like the human mind cannot fathom it. So here's something that I want to share is that I was feeling upset about certain things that were happening, and the guidance given to me was pray for your enemies because then you don't have enemies. And so I did that for a couple of weeks, and for some people, it seems like they get the notice to make a change or do something, like that internal inspiration based on it, but it turns out very, very differently. Very differently. And I need to remember that my energy given to anyone else can be used in whatever way they want, whether I like that or not. So, oh, that's awesome. I'm glad you're excited about the World Cup. I know there's going to be a lot of people here. So, my point being, praying for others, thinking positive things for others who use your energy for nefarious purposes, that's where the statement of don't throw pearls to swine comes from, right? Our energy, our spirituality, our understanding, all of those things are for us. And when other people take them and use it for something else, in the past, I used to always try to get forgiveness for them, right? The idea that they don't know what they're doing, like regarding who I am spiritually and like who they are. And yeah, there's there's so much to talk about and it's all good and I love it so much. Like I'm so happy that I'm here right now. I'm so happy that I have these cards here. I'm so happy you support Mexico. Nice. I just love how it's like a truly world sport, right? Loved the world over soccer. And what I love is like the matches are fast. There's no timeouts. Okay. And the idea about fortune telling, sometimes, right, what you're getting from the tarot cards is confirmation from things you've already been feeling and seeing, right? There's kind of like the car alarm going off with nobody touching it, nothing around, but I was sitting here thinking instead of creating, and that's what happened. Why? To get my attention, because it made no sense to anybody else. Yes, it is very diverse spiritually, and the truth that they all kind of get to is the idea that one, we are more than our material bodies here in the 3D, and two, we are all one. We are all on this one little planet. We are all here in this one little space. We are here with so many other forms of teeming life, and yet we devastate that in an effort to make things more convenient, comfortable, profitable. I have nothing else to say about that other than this is true for me. I have everything I want and more. Mm-hmm. You know a little bit of English? That's good. What kind of things do you know? Is it the usual stuff? Like how I know Spanish, like, ¿Cómo estás? ¿Dónde está el baño? Lo siento. This one keeps coming up again too. There's big changes happening beyond just me. It's something larger because every time I've drawn cards today, regardless of the question, it's the Tower, it's the Devil, it's the Judgment Call. So I think what's going to be happening is during this time of change is going to be people are called to go do other things. That's it. In a race to achieve gold, we lost diamond. That is a wise statement, right? Very wise statement. Am I okay? I mean, my question would be, what makes you think I'm not okay? I'm better than okay. Are you okay? Maybe like you asked because you needed someone to show true concern for you. And I want you to know that I do. I'm happy that you're here. And I'm so happy to hear you're doing great. That's so awesome. I love that for you. There's a lot happening for me personally in my family. So that's kind of on my mind. And then also just other general things that I'm using this space for us to transmute that energy. Like, I want to say like get rid of it, but that's not true. Like the energy that we don't want to have needs to go somewhere, which is why there's this common feeling of wanting to talk about problems and talk about issues and let someone else know so that you feel seen and heard, and it helps you like manage that emotion, right? You're able to offload some of that emotion. Here's what I have personally discovered is that the earth is life abundant. Everything is there. And we know that matter and energy is equal, neither created or destroyed. So the energy that we don't want to hold on to, give it to the earth. Give it to the earth. Why? What does the earth do with energy? Abundance, healing, food, animals, everything. Earth does everything with whatever energy. So especially if it's not great energy, I always do that because it's super grounding. I could never give too much negative energy to the earth to the point where it would give something different than it has in the past. What's my viewpoint on changing world conditions? I'm 19 and I've never seen world so unstable, ambiguous, everyone being short-tempered. What's the reason for all these so many conflicts? Okay. In my opinion, all conflicts come from a state of ego. And you not being aligned with the energy around you. You're just starting out, you have so much time, and the fact that you're considering this question now is important. My vision for my life moving forward is to get people out of capitalism as much as possible, have small farms and situations where people who are unhoused can be housed, and people will come and, plant the food, reap the fields, all that stuff. And I would say that a return to, I heard innocence, but it's like return to simplicity in what we believe we actually need day to day. Because if you're chasing that hedonistic cycle of, I need money because I need this, I need to prove that I'm worth something, I won't be happy till I have this other thing. The truth is, if you cannot be happy right now, something external is not going to resolve that for you. It's not. Thank you so much. Be kind to me. Thanks. Yeah, that's a good reminder. The world is lacking good leadership. That's so tough. Here's what I'll say. The world is lacking representative. Yes, it's lacking representative leadership. Leadership that reflects the people in your country, leadership that reflects the demographic, socioeconomic class, leadership that considers first what is right before asking how much it will cost. 100% right there. So just so you know, some of these things that I say, I'm not going to remember them because I am kind of just channeling like whatever I hear, whatever I see, whatever I think about. I've come long enough in my journey to know that these things are to be said and shared. And if at some point when I'm talking, I kind of pause or lose the thread, that wasn't the moment to share it. And that's okay. It means I kind of need to internalize that message first before I can like transmit my experience with it. Let's see. I can't answer anything about why governments do anything. I would postulate it's for greed and power. That's usually the basest human desires. Okay, the society you're growing up in calls it cognitive overload. I sometimes doubt myself thinking so deep and diverse. I think it's a great way to spend some time checked into what you want to see in the future versus holding on to what you see in the present, right? Also, find those around you, right? That like this is part of this space, right? Or we're making this space higher vibrational energy, thinking and discussing these things. Like make your spaces too. Usually I'm okay barking in here. A little water. Okay. Okay. Let me get to the last comment here so far. How do I separate myself with the world which rewards wealthy? I mean, you can't be happy being hungry in a world driven by capitalism. Everyone is aspirational. So am I. I totally understand that for you. Good night. Good night. I hope everything is wonderful for you. I hope we see you again soon. Thank you so much for sharing your energy in this space. Yes. Okay. So I will say this, and I'm hearing this too, but just because I was raised in Christianity, so the Bible is the one that I'm most familiar with, although I've never read all of that either. But okay, let me say my first beliefs. All human necessities should not be part of capitalist society. Clean food, clean air, clean water, safe shelter, and having, you know, the niceties, which are truly nice for some places, hot water, electricity, right, so that you stay warm, right? We are losing our best opportunities for humanity as a whole when we don't ensure everyone's basic needs are met so that they can actualize to their best selves and bring to the society the things that are needed at that time. Right? There was something else there. Oh, okay. You can't be happy being hungry. So I will say that the reason I believe happiness is a choice is my experience in India. There were kids who had nothing. There were people who had nothing. They were hungry. They were living in dirt and cardboard boxes. But you know what they did have? All the joy and love and excitement of being alive and being seen. And that just switched I'm getting chills even talking about it. Realizing that just switched my whole belief system. Like, I don't need anything outside to be happy. I've already seen other people don't need things outside to be happy. Therefore, I can also not need things outside to be happy. Yeah. And of course, it's very difficult to be happy when basic needs aren't being met. I would say try to find a moment because I've I've been through this too. It's like try to find a moment where you can breathe and relax and just consider the nature around you, the things around you that have nothing to do with whatever this grotesque monster of consumerism is. And that leads back to the idea again of creating, 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 creating more than consuming. Eyes, ears, right? Whew. And I know you're aspirational. Try to, in just some moment every day, find something to be grateful for or that makes you feel. It doesn't have to be expensive, but something that makes you feel like abundant or wealthy. Try to make it for yourself, not what you see other people identifying for themselves as to what will make them happy. And I think the largest disconnect is that they're trying for happiness, but the unspoken thing is approval. Give yourself approval to want less. Give yourself approval to do what feels right. And I know that there's a lot of people still stuck in the system. Just know that everything that you do as an earth angel on your journey impacts people in more ways than you could know and benefits actually everyone all around us. And so I hope you find the opportunity every day to give thanks for something. Just marvel at something. Things that show you that this reality is much bigger than just what you are experiencing. Yep, okay. So first I'm going to ask what I need to see to clear out the energy so I can get messages for others. Because sometimes they're standing around me just being like, no, listen. Which is why I'm getting the same cards as I got this morning on a totally different deck. Other things, I think that's like, it's more confirmation with tarot because very often I know things that I shouldn't know. Like, nobody told me, I didn't have access to that information. I just kind of blurted it out and it was right. And a few times people have been like, how do you know that? And I'm like, I don't know, I just know. And sometimes it's creepy. Yes, 100%. Okay. Right? We are at the right place at the right time all the time. All the time. We are secure. We are safe. We are sovereign in our space. No need for stress. Takes away room for hope. It's kind of scary. I think the scariest part is the knowledge that has been removed from our society due to individuals not learning how to plant seeds, grow plants. Like, we should have the knowledge to sustain ourselves, at least without others' input. Just start little, right? Start with herbs. Any little bit that you can do to create your own is, again, creating versus consuming. And that's really been something that's been told to me several times over the last year too. And there's times where I'm better at it and times where I'm not. But here we are again today, awake and alive. Thank you, universe. Thank you, God. Thank you for these people in here. Thank you for the messages that we have for them. So maybe See, this is the part where it's, it gets a little difficult, right? It's the feeling that you can let go of holding on to those fears and instead focus on something that is positive or something you can do in your life to progress you to the next thing you want to have or be or do. It's very wonderful. It really is. And it is scary. Like I'm not going to deny that. My wish for us though is that instead of fear, we look for hope. And instead of judgment, we look for connection. Find those around you who are also on the same vibration or looking for the same things in life that you are, but also, again, you are at the right place at the right time all the time. Nothing's gonna miss you. It's for you. Mm-hmm. Mm, that's true too, right? You get, if you are sucking all of your attention into a certain idea and it doesn't feel right for you, it's not right for you. I felt like some things were a distraction too. Like I read a lot, but that's distracting me from like doing work in the present moment to manifest the future outcome. Mm-hmm. And because again, like the self-talk and talking to yourself and topics exist and all that stuff, right? That's you using energy to figure things out instead of you using the energy to do things. Could be, could be. Those thoughts, self-debate, make you believe that you're not in the reality. Oh, right, like the main character syndrome thing? No. No, the way I kind of move through life is the idea that we're all one. I'm trying to hold the dichotomy and truth that every person has some good and some bad, and to differing amounts and at different times. And it's just, yes, always go with instinct. There's nothing I've ever regretted more than not listening to that little voice and then go and do the thing. And then I'm like, I should have listened, right? Like, it didn't say it was going to rain. And then I had that feeling I should take my umbrella and I didn't. And then I got wet. Although I will say now, this is totally wild. And people in my own family don't believe it, but I show them. I'm like, look, 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 look. I don't get rained on anymore. I don't get rained on anymore. It rains, but I'll be in a car or in a house or wherever. And this was even true when I was in Seattle, which is like one of the most rainy places in the US. I was there for a whole week and it didn't rain. And it only rained the second week, a couple of days, and I was indoors for that too. There was times where I was going to go outside, right, and it was raining, but my whole walk there was covered. So again, right, it's that kind of thing. It's like, I can explain it, but it sounds crazy, but my experience is the proof, I guess. Yes, follow your instincts. I believe that there is like 3 knowledgeable places in the body, right? They talk about your gut. Why? Because you have more bacteria in your gut helping you digest food than you have cells in the rest of your body. So the question becomes, who's making the choices of what you eat and what you put in your body? Is it your mind? Is it your heart? Or is it what's living in your gut? And then also the idea that intellect, right? Smart, book smart, right? But then there's also like, what do I want to say? Like emotional smarts, right? That comes from the heart. So these are like the 3 spaces I feel that are very central to our feeling and experience. which is why it's like trust your gut, or it's like you'll feel something emotionally, and then you will also have some other feelings like body sensations along that. That's kind of know how you're tuned in there. All right. What do I need to know so I can draw cards for other people right now? So, this is what I got. I'll share with you guys. It makes sense. The divine is filling up my cup from out of nowhere, right? Emotional fulfillment, more than enough, everything good. Preparing for a new journey because of what's happening right now. But this is the kind of thing you want to focus on, right? The truth that, right? I know I am the high priestess. And so the high priestess knows the light and the dark and holds it both and makes wise decisions based on that information, 100% abundance, and chooses who she gives information to. Okay. Thank you for that message. Thank you for the understanding. Also, I wanted to say too, the reason why tarot kind of works or provides confirmation is because our brains are constantly looking for patterns, right? From when we were like in danger of other organisms on the planet. Okay. What does someone need to know? What are they looking for? How will they know they found it? 5 cards. Okay. Alright, so first off, I don't know who this is for, but it's great. I'm claiming it. It's for everybody. This is your legacy that you're building in the material world. And also you can see future generations here as well. This is another really amazing card, the 10 of Cups, fulfillment, happy life, happy family, like true fulfillment. Knowing that you are abundant, you are more than enough, and you can get this all yourself. You don't need to rely on anybody else. And that knowledge is then also quickly followed by some message that maybe makes you think about how you are currently growing things, how they're working, and if you should be maybe putting your energy somewhere else, right? You might come to a point where you're feeling like all these things I'm doing to make money to try to get to my 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, is it really working? Do I want to do the work required for that? And is this the right path? And then the other thing I always use is the bottom of the deck card. Kind of gives an overall vibe of the whole message. And this one is one of kind of like trying to figure it out, struggle, doing things difficultly in a difficult way. And so I would say, like, if it feels good and it's easy, like you don't feel like you're having to do so much to achieve it, like it's awesome. All right, I have to prep for my meeting. Thank you all for joining me. 45 lovely minutes. I loved every second of it in this space. Thank you for Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael, and Jesus with us in this space to help us transmute our energy and just make the world a better place. 100%. Okay, y'all, thank you for the likes. Thank you for the chats. I appreciate you sharing your energy here, and I hope I see you again soon. Bye.